The difference between the person who performs when it matters and the person who falls apart under pressure is not talent, it is not even preparation. It is what they do with their mind in the moments before they have to show up. That is what today is about. 5 things, 5 anchors that the top performers in sport, in business, and in life use to get their mind right before the moment arrives. And when you make these a morning ritual, you stop leaving your performance to chance. Michael Jordan did not walk onto the court hoping he would feel ready. Kobe Bryant did not wait for confidence to arrive before he performed. They built it, deliberately, through ritual, through repetition, through the understanding that the mind, like the body, needs to be prepared before it is asked to perform at its highest level. That principle does not belong only to elite athletes. It belongs to every leader, every executive, every person who needs to show up fully when the stakes are real. In Project U, one of the core truths we come back to again and again is this: whole health is the foundation of everything. Movement, nutrition, breath, hydration, sleep, mindfulness. Not as separate habits, but as one integrated system that either supports your performance or quietly undermines it. And the morning is where that system either gets activated or gets ignored. Most people start the day reacting, phone first, news first, other people's urgency first. The top performers start the day anchoring. There is a significant difference between those two approaches, and you feel it by midday. The first anchor is breath. Before anything else, before the phone, before the coffee, before the first thought about the day, breathe. Consciously, deliberately, diaphragmatically. This is not a wellness suggestion. This is biology. A few slow, deep breaths activates the parasympathetic nervous system, lowers cortisol, and shifts the brain from reactive mode into clear, focused, executive thinking. In BBM, we call this the reset, the moment where you consciously choose your state rather than inheriting it from whatever happened last. 2 minutes changes the chemistry you carry into the rest of the day. The second anchor is movement. The body and the brain are not separate systems. They are one. When you move, you produce BDNF, brain-derived neurotrophic factor, which is fertilizer for the brain. New neural connections form, mood lifts, focus sharpens. Even 10 minutes of intentional movement in the morning, a walk, a stretch, something that gets the blood moving, changes the quality of your thinking for hours. The best athletes understand this intuitively. Movement is not preparation for performance. Movement is performance. It is the body telling the brain, switched on, ready, let us go. The third anchor is intention. Before the day defines you, you define the day. This is one of the most underused performance tools available to anyone. The simple act of deciding, clearly and specifically, what today is about. Not a to-do list, an intention. One clear statement of how you choose to show up, focused, present, decisive, calm under pressure. Whatever the quality is that today requires most, name it before the day begins. Research on pre-performance routines in elite sport consistently shows that athletes who set a clear mental intention before competing perform more consistently than those who rely on feeling alone. The same principle applies in the boardroom, in the negotiation, in the difficult conversation. Know what you are bringing before you walk in the room. The fourth anchor is the arousal calibration, and this is where it gets interesting. There is a concept in performance psychology called the optimal arousal zone. Too calm, and you are flat, disengaged, understimulated. Too wired, and the prefrontal cortex, the part of the brain responsible for clear thinking and good decisions, starts to go offline. The sweet spot is somewhere in between, energized but grounded, alert but not anxious. And the way you find that sweet spot is by knowing your own nervous system well enough to know when you need an upper and when you need a downer. An upper is anything that raises your energy and activation. A high-intensity movement burst, a cold shower, an energizing piece of music, a visualization of the outcome you are moving toward. A downer is anything that calms and centers. Slow breathing, stillness, a moment of gratitude, a body scan that brings you back into the present. The top performers, Jordan, Kobe, the greatest executives I have worked with, they do not leave this to chance. They know their zone. They know what gets them there. And they use it deliberately, every single time, before the moment that matters. The cold shower, which is one of the 21 principles in BBM, is one of the most effective uppers available. It activates the sympathetic nervous system, floods the body with norepinephrine, and produces a state of sharp, clear, ready alertness that no amount of coffee can replicate. It is uncomfortable for about 30 seconds, and then it is one of the best things you will do all day. The fifth anchor is self-talk. What you say to yourself in the morning sets the frequency for the entire day. This is not motivational theory. This is neuroscience. Repeated internal language creates neural pathways. Those pathways become the lens through which you interpret everything that happens to you. The person who wakes up and says, consciously or not, I am behind, I am overwhelmed, I cannot keep up, that person's brain will spend the rest of the day finding evidence to confirm that. The person who says, I am focused, I am capable, I am ready for what today brings, their brain does the same thing in the opposite direction. In Think Yourself Thin, we go deep into this principle, that the subconscious mind does not distinguish between what is real and what is vividly imagined or repeatedly stated. It builds the architecture of belief from the material you give it. Give it doubt, and it builds a structure of limitation. Give it clarity and confidence, and it builds something different. Your morning self-talk is not a small thing. It is the first instruction you give your brain about who you are today. 5 anchors: breath, movement, intention, arousal, calibration, self-talk. None of them take more than a few minutes. All of them, done consistently, compound into something that changes not just how you perform on any given day, but who you become over time. The morning ritual is not about being perfect. It is about being deliberate. It is the decision, made before the world gets loud, that you are going to show up on your terms, anchored, clear, and ready. Make that decision every morning and watch what changes. This is Michael Abdullah.